Yes po.
Okay, thank you. So kanina pa pala hindi naka-record, hindi niyo ako sinabihan. Okay. So thank you for reminding. So again, ang sagot natin diyan class, what is known as the sensitized material. Nandito pala. Okay, masyadong mainit kasi sa Jensen eh. Okay, so ang sagot natin diyan class, that is film. So tandaan niyo pag sinabi nating sensitized material, that is a film. Pag sinabi naman sa question class, it is a mechanical device. What will be your answer? Okay, again, pag sinabi niya sa question, it is a mechanical device used in capturing images, used in capturing photos or photographs. Okay, so what will be your answer? Okay, pag sinabi natin mechanical device, that is a camera. Okay, again, so ang sagot natin dyan is a camera. So of course, ang sagot natin dito class, tandaan nyo pag sinabi natin sensitized material, walang ibang sagot dyan kundi ang tinatawag natin na film. Yung picture class or photograph or photos na na-capture ng camera ninyo, tinatawag natin yan na negative. Ibig sabihin, negative pa yan. So kapag nagkaroon na tayo or na-print na yan, na-produce na yan, of course, tawag na natin doon is positive. So of course, meron tayong photographs or photos, pictures, or images na makita natin. So nakuha? So again, it is known as the sensitized material in the police photography. Ang sagot natin dyan, that is a film. That is letter A. Okay, nakuha? So let's continue. Okay, so we have the parts of a sensitized material or film. Of course, we have the different parts of the sensitized material or film. Of course, number one, we have the emulsion. So again, tandaan nyo ang unang parts ng sensitized material ay tinatawag natin na emulsion. So of course, it is a part of the film that contains silver grains. Tandaan nyo, that contains silver grains, which is the one that is sensitive to light. So that's why, class, it's very important na yung emulsion na to is hindi masyadong ma-expose sa light. Of course, ang emulsion natin, class, kapag emulsion, meron tayong tinatawag na emulsion speed. Okay? So dapat hindi masyadong ma-expose yung part ng film na to sa tinatawag natin light kasi it is the sensitive one. So yung emulsion that is composed of 3 layers, again, ang tinatawag natin na emulsion that is composed of 3 layers, of course, that they are composed ng blue, green, and red. Again, kapag tinanong sa board exam, ano yung composition ng emulsion natin, class? That is composed of blue, green, and red color. So yan yung tinatawag natin na emulsion. It is a part of the film or it is the parts of the film that is sensitive to light. So that is what we call the emulsion. Nawa? Okay. Then of course, next, second, we have what we call the anti-halation baking or anti-halation baking or bucking rather. Okay, so ang anti-halation baking or bucking, it is designed, class, to hold the light and prevents halation. So again, it is designed to hold the light and prevent halation. Okay, yung paghalo. So that what we call the anti-halation or halation bucking. Then of course, yung base natin, very important yung base, class, on the parts of a sensitized material. Okay, it supports or basically it supports the emulsion. Again, it supports the emulsion na tinatawag natin. Yan yung tinatawag natin na base. It basically supports the emulsion. Tama ba? Okay, so yan. So again, yung parts ng sensitized material natin, ulitin natin. So again, we have we have the emulsion. Ang emulsion, it is a part of the sensitized material or film that is sensitive to light that contains yung tinatawag natin na silver grains. Ang emulsion na yan, class, tatlong colors lang, 3 layers, blue, green, and red colors. Ang combination ng emulsion. Then we have the anti-halation bucking. It is designed to hold the light and prevents from halation. And of course, very important, the base. It supports the emulsion. So yan yung parts, class, ng tinatawag natin na sensitized material or a film. Okay, so nakuha? Okay, let's continue. So of course, kung meron tayong parts of the film or sensitized material, we have the types of film na tinatawag natin. So ano yung mga types ng film natin? Of course, number one dyan, we have the black and white film. So again, ang pinakauna dyan, so we have the black and white film. So it is generally used in black and white photography. So again, ang black and white, of course, that's a black and white photography represented by, of course, prefix. or a suffix pan or ortho. Pag sinabi nating uh, putol-putol ba sa inyo? Wait lang tingnan natin. Okay. Kamusta kayo dyan? Okay, so yan. Okay, so again, so ito yung tinatawag natin okay, okay na ba? Continuous na ba yung boses natin? Maki-confirm. So again, so we have the types of film. So again, so we have the black and white film. So we have it is generally used class in black and white photography represented by prefix and the suffix. Pan or ortho. Kapag nakita niyo yung or na-encounter niyo yung word na pan or ortho, so meaning it is a black and white photography. Then second, okay, we have the colored photography or the colored film rather. So ang colored film, it is divided into two. So of course, we have the negative type and reversal colored film. So yan yung tinatawag natin na colored class. Of course, ang pinakauso, 'di ba, na film ngayon is the colored film. Actually, nawala na yung film actually, 'di ba? Automatic. So we have the digital camera or digicam. Automatic class meron na. Okay, so again, black and white and colored film. Okay, next tayo. Next question. I will read the question, then you will answer class on the comment section. So a light proof box with a means of forming an image, which means of holding sensitized material and with a means of regulating the amount of light that enters the camera at a given time. So again, a light proof box with the means of forming an image, with a means of holding sensitized material, with a means of regulating the amount of light that enters the camera at a given time. So letter A, camera. Letter B, light. Letter C, film. And letter D, lens. Okay, what is your answer? Okay, so what is your answer, class? Okay. So, merong camera, merong lens, but majority of you answered camera. Okay, so ang sagot natin dyan, class, that is a camera. Okay, it is a light-proof box with means of forming an image, with the means of holding the sensitized material or the film, and of course, with the means of regulating the amount of light that enters the camera at the given time. So that is the definition of the camera. So again, pag sinabi kasi nating light, that is the most important element in photography, the film, that is the sensitized material, and of course, yung tinatawag natin na lens, it is the image forming device. Okay, so that is the eye of the camera. So again, ang camera, it is a mechanical device that is capable of forming an image or to produce a photograph or pictures. Yan yung tinatawag natin na camera. Pag sinabi natin light, that is the most important element in photography. Ang film naman, that is the sensitized material. And of course, the lens class is yung tinatawag natin na image forming device or the eye of the camera. Okay, so nakuha. So ang sagot natin dyan, that is letter A, that is camera. Okay, dito naman. So it refers to a lens that is characterized as by the thicker center and thinner sides. Again, ulitin ko. It refers to a lens that is characterized as by the thicker center and thinner sides. Letter A, positive lens. Letter B, negative lens. Letter C, concave lens. Letter D, convex lens. What is your answer, class? Okay, it refers to a lens that is characterized as by the thicker center and the thinner sides. Okay, bakit iba-ibang sagot nyo? May convex, may concave lens. Okay, thicker center and thinner sides. Marami nagkakamali dito kasi kahit basic na to, di ba? Okay, so lahat sumagot, class, yung participants natin. Okay, so okay na ba? Okay, so yan. So mabuti na record natin. So yan, convex, concave, so yan. Nandito yung ibang ano natin class, mga kaklase ninyo na nasa service na. So mostly kasi, mostly nasa PNP, BGMP, Fire, yung mga klase ninyo, kaya naka-record lahat ano natin. Okay, so what is your answer? Okay, iba-iba no? A to D. So ano ba talaga? Okay, so yan, si positive na una. Okay, so alam. Okay. So it refers to the lens that is characterized by the thicker center and thinner side. Actually, class, ang nauna, okay, hindi pa yan final yung convex lens, that is a prank. Okay. So ang sagot natin dyan, class, okay? So according to the image produced, yung positive or convex lens, ang sagot natin doon class kanina, that is letter A kasi nauna si positive, okay? So positive lens ang tawag natin or ang sagot natin doon kanina. So it is a positive or convex lens. Tandaan nyo, kapag sa board exam, kapag na-encounter nyo yung or, ibig sabihin yan, they are one and the same. Iisa lang yan sila, class. Okay? Again, iisa lang yan sila. So meaning, yun yung first na mag-appear in the set of choices. Yun yung magiging sagot ninyo sa board exam. Okay? That's why ang sagot natin dito is what we call the positive lens or convex lens na tinatawag natin. Ang positive class or convex lens, tinatawag rin natin yan na converging lens. Kaya very important again yung also known as, otherwise known as or also called as in the board exam kasi hindi mo malalaman kung ano yung tatanungin nila sa inyo. Okay, ano yung tatanungin nila? Yung also known as ba, yung other term or so on. So again, ang positive or convex lens or converging lens na tinatawag natin, kung converging class ang positive, ano namang lens ang tawag natin kapag negative? Converging, di ba, ang positive? So ano naman kapag negative? So tandaan niyo pag sinabi nating okay. So again, pag sinabi nating yan, tingnan natin yung iba. So what is your answer? Okay, so yan. So of course, ang sagot natin dyan, diverging lens. Okay, before tayo pupunta sa negative, i-explain muna natin ang positive. Ang positive or convex lens, tandaan nyo lang, thicker at the center and thinner at the side. Okay, so yan yung tinatawag natin na positive or convex lens that is capable of bending the light. So again, tandaan nyo, pag sinabi natin positive or convex lens, that is okay, tinatawag natin yan na converging lens. Thicker at the center and thinner at the side. So yan, bending the light. Then pag sinabi naman nating negative lens, okay? So pag sinabi nating negative or concave lens or tinatawag rin natin na diverging lens. So isa lang yan sila. So they are one and the same. So kaya hindi lang dapat ang alam mo is negative lens. Hindi lang dapat alam mo is positive lens. Dapat alam mo yung tatlo na yan. Negative or concave or tinatawag rin natin yan diverging lens. Positive or convex or tinatawag rin natin na converging lens. Kasi kapag isa lang yung na-memorize mo class or isa lang yung na-familiarize mo, ibig sabihin yan, okay, wala. Okay, so may possibility na hindi mo pa rin makuha yung tamang sagot sa board exam. Okay, so yan. So, tandaan niyo kapag ang positive, thicker at the center and thinner at the side, of course, kabaliktaran naman ito ng negative or concave lens. Thinner at the center and thicker at the side. Yan yung tinatawag natin na negative lens. Okay, nakuha? Okay, so explain ko ulit muna class. Okay, as a summary. So, ulit. In the classification of lenses according to the type of image to be produced, of course, una dyan, we have the positive or convex lens. Ang positive or convex lens, tinatawag natin yan na converging lens. Ibig sabihin, thinner at the center or thicker at the center rather, and okay, thinner at the side. Yan yung tinatawag natin class na positive lens. So, i-drawing natin, no? Okay, sabi niya, thicker at the center. So, ganito yan. Okay. Okay. So, yan. Okay. Then, thinner at the side. Ay, sorry. Parang iba na yung na-drawing natin. Okay, so yan. dito na lang. Okay. So yan yung tinatawag natin na positive or convex lens. Okay? So thicker at the center, thinner at the side. While yung tinatawag natin na negative, okay? The negative or concave lens. Ibig sabihin, thinner at the center, okay? Thinner at the center, class. Okay. Then, of course, thicker at the side. So yun lang, ganun lang kadali. Okay? So yun yung tinatawag natin na diverging lens. Okay? So yan. Yan yung kaibahan nilang dalawa. Okay, dito tayo. So next, okay, so it is the distance measured from the nearest to the farthest object. Again, it is the distance measured from the nearest to the farthest object kapag pina-photograph natin yung isang bagay. Okay, is that depth of field? Letter B, hyperfocal distance. Letter C, scale bend. Letter D, focal distance. Okay, what is your answer? Okay, so what is your answer? Okay. Bakit may depth of field? Okay, so ayan. Okay, ang sagot natin dyan, of course, that is letter A. Okay, that is the depth of field. Again, so meaning kapag ang distance measured from the nearest to the farthest object, class, yung pinophotograph natin, ang tawag natin dyan, class, is the depth of field. Okay, so the depth of field. Dalawa na naman yung pagpipilian nyo dyan. Okay, di ba? So we have the depth of field and of course the hyperfocal distance. Okay, so ang hyperfocal distance, of course, it is the nearest distance, class, from the lens or from where the lens is focused. Okay, so from the diaphragm opening. So yan yung tinatawag natin na hyperfocal distance. Okay, so again, kapag sinabi natin depth of field, class, it is the distance measured from the nearest to the farthest object. Yan yung tinatawag natin na depth of field. Okay? So yan yung letter A. While ang hyperfocal distance, it is the nearest, that is the nearest distance which is the lens is focused with the diaphragm opening. So yan yung hyperfocal distance natin. Okay? Ang sagot natin dyan, that is letter A, depth of field. Okay, next. We have the according to the degree of corrections, class. Again, so we have sa lens pa rin. So of course, pinakauna dyan, we have the meniscus lens. Ang meniscus lens, of course, it is a lens that has no correction. Tanda nyo, pag sinabi nating meniscus lens, ano yan? It is a type of lens that has no correction. Okay, again, ang sagot natin dyan, it is a meniscus lens. Okay, so that is number 1. Ang second naman, we have the rapid rectilinear lens. Okay, ang rapid rectilinear lens naman, class, that is corrected by distortion. Okay, that is corrected by distortion. Again, it is corrected by distortion. Yung meniscus, no correction. Yun ang tanda nyo, no correction. Ang rapid rectilinear naman, lens that corrected by distortion. Okay, so that is the number 2. Okay, next, number 3. Okay, of course, we have the anastigmat lens. Ang anastigmat lens, okay, of course, it will be corrected, class, by or correcting yung tinatawag natin na astigmatism. Of course, you're familiar already with astigmatism. What is astigmatism? Okay, so yan yung tinatawag natin na lens. Okay, anastigmat lens, class. Okay. Then, of course, number 4, we have the achromatic or achromatic lens naman. Okay, ang achromatic lens, it is correcting chromatic aberration naman. Okay, kaya class, di ba kapag nagpapasalamin kayo or ano kayo ng salamin, of course, kung ano yung problema ninyo, may astigmatism ka ba? May chromatic aberration ka ba? And so on. So yun doon mag-adjust, class. Okay, yan yung tinatawag natin na achromatic lens. Correcting chromatic aberration. Of course, number 5, we have the apochromatic lens. Ang apochromatic lens, class, correcting both astigmatism and of course the chromatic aberration. Again, pag sinabi natin apochromatic, that is the combination or ang purpose niya is to correct both yung astigmatism and of course the chromatic aberration. Okay, nakuha ba? So doon lang ang focus ninyo, class. So makukuha niyo yan. Ulitin ko para mas maintindihan ninyo. So again, the type of lens according to the degree of corrections. Kung ano yung kinakorrect niya, class, na problema. Okay, so again, una we have the meniscus lens. Ang meniscus lens, it is a lens that has no correction. Again, no correction. Ang rapid rectilinear lens naman, it is a lens corrected by distortion naman. An astigmat, of course, very common or very obvious. Of course, ang astigmat lens, ang purpose niya is to correct astigmatism. Okay, astigmatism. Then we have the achromatic lens, correcting chromatic aberration or aberration. Then of course, number 5, apochromatic lens, correcting both the astigmatism and chromatic aberration. Nakuha ba? Nakuha ninyo, class? Nasundan? So doon na kayo mag-focus sa pinaka natin, sa pinaka key terms natin. Okay, sa focus natin. Nakuha ba? Okay, nakuha na Sir Nakuha na Sir Nasim. Nandiyan ba si Che? Wala. Okay,
Yes po, sir. Yes po.
Okay,
Opo.
sige, sige. Naka-advance naman kayo, no? So mas maganda 'yon. Okay, so next. We have the types of photographic papers. Of course, we have the different types of photographic papers na kinukuha na dati class. Of course, ano pa? Iba-iba, 'di ba, yung pag-develop ng mga images yung sa history. And of course, we come up now or we are now on the digital stage, 'di ba? So of course, we have the photographic papers class. Okay, so of course, we have the according to the emulsion used. So pag sinabi nating silver chloride paper class, ang silver chloride, tandaan nyo, ang purpose and class is for contract printing. Okay, so again, pag sinabi nating silver chloride paper, ang that is ang purpose niya is for contract printing or for contact printing. So that is ang tawag natin dyan, ang emulsion na ginamit in class is the silver chloride paper. Again, ang ginamit natin na emulsion dyan is the silver chloride paper. Then, of course, we have second, we have the silver bromide paper. Ang silver bromide paper that is used for projection. Okay? Used for projection class. Ginagamit din yan for printing and enlarging. That is the most ideal photo paper for police photography. Kapag tanong sa board exam, what is the most ideal, okay, what is the most ideal photo paper na ginagamit in connection with the police service? Ang sagot natin dyan, that is silver bromide paper. Kasi ginagamit yan for enlarging. Of course, pwedeng ma-zoom or pwedeng mapalakihan. That is the silver bromide, that is the silver bromide paper class. Then, of course, we have the silver chlorobromide. Ang silver chlorobromide paper class that is used both for projection and contact printing. Of course, ginagamitan natin class ng slow emulsion rather. So, dalawa class. Kung ang silver chloride, ginagamit natin yan for contact printing or contact printing, while ang silver bromide, ginagamit natin yan for projection, of course, for enlarging. Ang tinatawag natin na silver chlorobromide, ginagamit natin yan both for projection and of course for contract printing na ginagamitan natin ngayon class ng slower emulsion speed. Okay, that's yung slower emulsion. So that's why yan yung tatlo class na tandaan nyo yung tinatawag natin na photographic papers. Okay, again, una, we have the silver chlorobromide, then silver chloride rather, sorry. The second, we have the silver bromide, and of course, the third, the silver chlorobromide paper. Okay, nakuha? Okay, so yan yung types of photographic papers according to, or kung ano yung ginamit natin class na, okay, kung ano yung ginamit natin na emulsion. Okay, so yan yung tinatawag natin. Okay, let's continue. Okay, next. Okay, so it is the primary function, or its primary function is to prevent the contamination of the two chemical solution in a chemical processing in photography. Again, its primary function is to prevent the contamination. Again, contamination. Okay, contamination ang pinaprevent niya of two chemical solution in the chemical processing in photography. So what will be your answer? Is that development? Letter B, stop bath. Letter C, fixation. Letter D, bleaching. Okay, what is that, class? To avoid the contamination of the two chemical solution. So what is your answer? Okay, what is your answer? Okay, so sana yung sagot ninyo? Narinig ba yung audio natin? Si ano, si...
Yes po, sir.
Okay, sige. Bakit wala kayong sagot? Naghang ang utak ninyo.
Not sure kasi sir sa sagot.
Na-pressure kayo sa sagot? Okay, so wait lang muna. Kuha muna ako ng ano. What is your answer? Okay, of course, okay. Okay, so again, its primary function is to prevent the contamination of the two chemical solution class in the chemical processing and photography. Of course, ang sagot natin dyan, that is stop bath. Okay, so that is stop bath. May nakukuha ba ng tamang sagot? Okay, so iba-iba, no? Bakit? Bakit hindi nyo nakuha? Hindi ba are you not hindi kayo familiar dito sa mga terms na to? Okay, so explain natin one by one class. Ano yung purpose ng mga chemical process na to? Chemical processing. Okay, una, okay, so we have the chemical process. So hindi pwede natin o hindi natin pwedeng kaligatan to or hindi natin pwedeng hindi i-discuss to, class. Kasi very important to pagdating sa board exam. Yung chemical processing. Okay, nakalagay yan sa TOS mismo. Okay, so ang sa chemical processing, okay, of course, we have the number one. Okay, so we have the development. Okay, so in the development, ang purpose, class, of course, development, yung pinaka number one process natin, class. Reducing silver halides, of course, ang purpose ng development, class, is to form the image. Okay, di ba nagkakaroon tayo ng development process, class, para makuha natin yung picture or ma-form natin ang picture. So that is development. Pag sinabi naman nating stop bath, okay, ang stop bath naman, class, okay, stop bath. It is normally composed of water. So, dumaan naman kayo, di ba, class, sa photography during your undergrad. So, alam niyo na to. Ang stop bath, of course, ginagamitan natin yan usually, class, ng running water or water with a little amount of, anong ginagamit natin? Okay, dilute acetic acid that serve as the means to prevent contamination. Kasi di ba, pag sinabi natin a chemical process that prevent contamination. Of course, ang sagot natin dyan, that is the stop bath. So ang stop bath class that prevent contamination between the developer and the acid fixer. Dalawa ha. Okay, so ano yung purpose ng stop bath? To prevent contamination between sino yung nag-aaway or hindi pwedeng pag-isahin. Of course, the developer na tinatawag natin class. Then of course, the acid fixer na tinatawag natin. Of course, ang acid, okay, na ginagamit natin class usually that is a vinegar. Okay, ang acidic naman, the photo flow na tinatawag natin. Nakuha? So again, ang development, of course, to reduce the sulfur halides class basically to form the image. Of course, forming the image. Ang stop bath naman, ginagamitan natin yan ng tubig or water with a little amount of dilute acetic acid. Ang purpose na ng acetic acid na yan to prevent contamination. Sino yung pinaprevent natin na ma-contaminate? Yung developer and of course the acid fixer. Ang acid, of course, in a form of vinegar, and of course, we have the photo flow or yung tinatawag natin na acetic. Okay, so yan. Yan yung chemical process. Then of course, we have the fixation. Ang fixation, of course, from the word itself, fixation, making the image more permanent. Okay, again, making the image more permanent. Yan yung pinaka purpose class or pinaka function ng fixation. Ang fixation na tinatawag natin, of course, ginagamitan natin yan ng chemical, yung sodium thiosulfate. Okay, that is the main fixing agent that dissolves the unexpected silver halide. So, meaning class, kapag may fixation class, yung mga hindi nakasali doon, natatanggal na. Okay, so fixation, making the image more permanent. Una natin, so we have the development. Ang purpose ng development class is to form the image. Ang function or ang purpose ng stop bath is to prevent contamination. Ang fixation naman, make the image more permanent. Nakuha? Okay, nakuha ba? Again, ulitin natin ang purpose or ang chemical process natin. So we have the development. Ang pinaka-function niya class to make or to form the image. While ang stop bath naman is to prevent contamination. Ang fixation naman is the sodium thiosulfate, of course, to make the what we call the image more permanent. Okay, ibig sabihin maglala siya ng 1 year, 10 years, 20 years, and so on. So yan yung chemical process na tinatawag natin. Nakuha ba? Nasundan ninyo? Okay, so yan yung chemical process na meron tayo. Nasundan? Nasundan ba? Or naririnig niyo pa ako?
Yes, coach.
Okay,
Yes.
so yan. Permission to leave daw yung kaklase niya, class, may duty pa sila. Yes, okay, no problem. Meron namang recording class. Okay, so yan. Okay? Then of course, we have the accessories of the camera. Actually, malapit na tayo matapos class. Okay, ang accessories of the camera class, of course, different yan or magkaiba yan sa tinatawag natin na parts of the camera. Ang accessories of the camera, meron tayong tripod. Okay, of course, wag nyo naman isagot sa board exam pag tinanong ilang legs pa, meron ng tripod. Of course, it is a 3-leg stamp equipment. Tinanong na yun sa board exam, ang sagot ng examiner dalawa, siguro sa pressure, sa kaba. So dapat wag talaga kayo, normal lang yung kabahan pero yung sobra-sobra naman, hindi na mabuti. So again, ang tripod, it is a 3-leg stamp equipment. Of course, ang pinaka-purpose ng tripod class is to hold the camera steady. So yan yung pinaka ng tripod. Okay, again, ang tripod, it is a 3-leg stamp equipment that is, meron siyang process or meron siyang function to hold the camera on the steady. Okay, so tripod. So again, tatlo hindi dalawa, hindi isa. Okay, so yan. Then of course, we have the filters. Of course, gumagamit, di ba? So kahit sabihin natin na hindi tayo, meron yung mga cellphone na nagsisilabasan, lahat may filter na yung kanilang camera. So ang filters class, basically to enhance the photograph. Halimbawa, yung picture mo is walang kabuhay-buhay, so gagamitan mo ngayon ng filter class para hindi ka naman masyadong parang patay, di ba? So ang filter class that is basically used to enhance the photograph, the beauty, okay? So ano pa? Ma-enhance So enhance the overall photograph class. Yan yung purpose ng filter. Okay? So to enhance the photograph. Gumagamit ba kayo ng filter dito? Gumagamit naman, di ba, lahat? Okay? So yan. So enhance the photograph class. Kahit mga artista, meron rin yan. Gumagamit din sila ng tinatawag natin na filters. Okay? That is capable to enhance or enhancing the photograph or photos. Then of course, the flash. Okay, ano ba yung purpose ng flash class? Ang flash basically is class to produce the artificial light. Halimbawa, masyadong madilim, of course with the use of flash, pwede mo pa rin yung ma-capture mo na image is parang ano lang, parang merong lighting. 'Di ba maganda? Maganda talaga ang kalalabasan ng photos or ng pictures ninyong flash kapag maganda yung lighting na nakapalibot sa inyo. So ang flash, ang purpose niya is to produce artificial light. Okay, nakuha niyo? So again, yung mga some of the accessories of the camera. Actually, we have different accessories of the camera, but of course, we will focus more sa yung mga basic ng board exam. So again, ang tripod, again, tandaan nyo, it is a 3-leg stump equipment. Ang purpose or ang pinaka-function ng camera is to hold the camera steady. Okay, so tripod yan. Then ang filters naman to enhance the photograph. And of course, yung flash is to produce artificial lights. Okay? So yan yung pinaka-purpose class ng tinatawag natin na accessories of the camera. Okay, next tayo dito. So next question. So the emulsion speed rating of films expressed in logarithmic values refers to. Again, ang tinatanong niya, logarithmic values. Again, the emulsion speed rating of films expressed in logarithmic values refers to letter A, ISO rating, letter B, ASA rating, or A as a rating, letter C, DIN rating, and letter D rather, BSI rating. Okay, what is that emulsion speed class? Okay, again, so it is the emulsion speed rating of the films expressed in logarithmic values. Okay, sagutin niyo lahat. What will be your answer for that? Okay, so what will be your answer? Okay, so tingnan natin yung mga sagot ninyo. Okay, so ayan, majority. Very good. DIN rating ang sagot niya. So ano yung tinatawag natin na DIN rating? So i-discuss natin dito on the next slide. Okay, so DIN rating. So dito. Okay, so we have the film speed or yung tinatawag natin na emulsion speed class. Okay, of course, una dyan, we have the ASA or the American Standard Associations. So in the American Standards Association, or the ASA or American Standards Association class that is expressed in arithmetic value system. Tandaan nyo, kapag ASA, that is arithmetic value system, di ba ang DIN is the logarithmic value system naman ang hinahanap natin dito. Again, sa ASA or American Standards Association, it is expressed yung emulsion speed in arithmetic value system. So tandaan nyo class, sa ASA, the bigger the number, the more sensitive to film. Okay, the bigger the number, the more sensitive to the film is. Okay, ibig sabihin, yung ASA 10, hindi masyadong sensitive yan to the film or hindi masyadong sensitive ang film. Ang 30, 50, halimbawa 800 or 1,000 emulsion speed. So meaning that is more sensitive to the film. Ibig sabihin, mas sensitive ang film na yan. So again, ang ASA or American Standards Association that is expressed or that was expressed in arithmetic value system. The bigger the number, the more sensitive the film is. Okay, that is ASA. Then, of course, we have the DIN. Okay, ang DIN or yung tinatawag natin na Deutsche Normen, ang Deutsche Normen or the DIN, express naman yung class sa tinatawag natin na logarithmic value system. Okay? So again, ang DIN or the Dioche and Dastre-Norman that is expressed in logarithmic value system. Kaya that's why, di ba, DIN yung naging sagot natin doon. So ang halimbawa, DIN 12, 15, 18, 21, 30, and 33, that is the common logarithmic value system in the Dioche and Dastre-Norman. Then, of course, we have the ISO. Of course, alam na namin yung ISO. It is the International Standard Organization. So, it is the expressed as the combination class. Okay, kaya tandaan nyo class, kapag forensic science ang subject ninyo, maraming combination dyan. Kapag combination ng ASA or combination ng arithmetic value system and combination ng logarithmic system, of course, ang tawag natin dyan ay ISO, International Standard Organization. Okay? So again, we have the film speed or emulsion speed, una dyan. So we have the ASA or the American Standards Association that was expressed or that is expressed in arithmetic value system, while ang DIN or Dioche and Dastre-Norman that is expressed in logarithmic value, while ang ISO naman that is the International Standard Organization, combination of two, the American Standard Association and then the Dioche and Dastre-Norman. Ako ba? Nasundan ninyo class? Okay na ba? Wala nang violent reaction dyan? Wala nang wala nang comment? Okay. Okay, so yan, very good. So ganun lang kasimple class ang forensic photography. So as much as possible, we will explain it in a simplified manner. Okay, next. The first photographic process known to the world. Again, the first photographic process known to the world, letter A, Talbot-type, letter B, Calotype, letter C, daguerreotype, and letter D, collodion process. Again, the first photographic process that is known to the world, letter A, Talbot-type, letter C, Calotype, letter B, Calotype, letter C, daguerreo, and letter D, we have the collodion type. What is your answer? Okay, may daguerreotype, merong Talbot-type. Iba-iba ang sagot ninyo. Okay, maybe. Okay, so ang sagot natin dyan, that is the daguerreotype. That is letter C. Okay, that is letter C. That is the daguerreotype class. Okay, very good. So, nakuha niyo bang tamang sagot? Okay, very good class. Okay, so majority of you got the correct answer. Okay, so, okay, we have the kinds of photographic processing. Okay, of course, una dyan, we have the daguerreotype. So, ang daguerreotype, of course, that is the number one. Of course, that was during in 1839 class. Of course, si daguerreotype or si Louis Jacques Mandere or Daguerre, rather, of course, he's a French. Okay, letter F. Okay, he's a French class. Yung photographic processing before during the daguerreotype, that's why class, di ba, it was credited before him yung tinatawag natin na daguerreotype. So 1839, of course, he is a French, si Louis Jacques Mandé Daguerre. Of course, ang sinabi niya that the picture, okay, nilalagay dyan plus sa metal plate. Okay, ang picture, di ba, social pa, metal plate, daguerreotype. That's why ang daguerreotype is the first photographic processing. Ang calotype naman class, okay, ang calotype, bakit hindi siya ang sinagot natin? Kasi 1841 pa yan, umusbong si calotype. Si calotype kasi, of course, that is tinatawag natin sa, it was credited before yung kay William Henry Fox Talbot, di ba? Kay Henry Fox Talbot. Si Henry Fox Talbot class, he is a British, okay? So he is a British one. Kung sa daguerreotype, ang picture natin or photograph ay nilalagay sa metal plate. Ang calotype naman or talbotype sa paper. Okay? The paper picture. That's why ang calotype or talbotype class is tinatawag natin yan na forerunner of the modern photography. So that's why dyan nanggaling ang tinatawag natin na photographic paper na meron tayo ngayon. Nakuha? Okay. Then, of course, number 3, we have the cyanotype. Ang cyanotype, of course, that was in 1842 by the Englishman, John Herschel. Okay, of course, si John Herschel, okay, so yung blueprints naman natin. Okay, so yung picture, ay diba, parang naka-blueprint sa cyanotype. Sino yung tinatawag natin, class? Ano yung tinatawag natin? Or sino tong si John Herschel na to? Okay, in photography, ano yung kaniyang title or anong tawag natin kay John Herschel? Okay, kasi di ba si John Herschel is an Englishman. Okay, in 1842, he introduced yung tinatawag na cyanotype. So, blueprints. Doon natin or doon nilalabas or doon nilalagay ang picture natin during 1842. So, sino si John Herschel? Okay, sino naman si John Herschel? Okay, so yan. Okay, mamaya. Okay, so next. Okay, then of course, we have the collodion type. Mamaya klase i-discuss ko yan ha. Next, we have the collodion type. Ang collodion type that was in 1851, still Englishman, kay Frederick Scott Archer. Okay, yung ano naman class, glass plate naman. Okay, glass plate. Yung kay daguerreotype kasi is a metal plate. Okay, glass plate. Yung collodion type. Then of course, we have the Polaroid type. Ang Polaroid type class is that was during 1848. Of course, si America naman yung class kay Edwin Land. Okay, si Edwin Land, of course, ang na-introduce niya class yung Polaroid type. Tinatawag natin yan na instant camera or self-development camera. So pag picture mo, lalabas agad yung, of course, yung actual picture mo class na nasa photographic paper na. Naka? So again, ulitin natin yung kinds of photographic processing. Una dyan, we have the daguerreotype that was in 1839 by French, Louis Jacques Mande Daguerre. Of course, ang picture before glass nasa metal plate. While ang calotype or talbotype glass that was in 1841, sa British naman yan, kay William Henry Fox Talbot. Okay, so kung sa metal plate, ang daguerreotype, ang calotype or talbotype naman, sa paper picture. Kaya ang talbotype glass or calotype, it is considered as the forerunner or the forerunner of the modern photography. So meaning, kaya nagkaroon tayo ng photographic paper sa ngayon kasi nandyan yan. Okay, derive yan or nanggaling yan kay calotype or talbotype ang nag-start yan. Then we have the cyanotype in 1842 naman kay John Herschel. Of course, yung blueprints naman sa blueprints. Of course, for the purposes of the board exam class, sino yung tinatawag natin na father of photography? Okay, kasi di ba wala naman talagang father of photography, but of course, for the purposes of the board exam lang, kasi tinanong mo yan kung sino yung father of photography, sino yung sasagot natin? Sige, ilagay nyo sa comment section. Then, of course, number 4, we have the collodion type. Si collodion type that was in 1851, of course, by an English, okay, si Frederick Scott Archer, okay, sa glass plate naman, and of course, si Polaroid type camera, that was in 1848. So, American, Edwin Land. Ang kay Edwin Land naman class, yung tinatawag natin na instant camera or self-development camera. Okay, so those are the kinds of photographic processing. Nakuha ba? Nakuha na? Wala ng question?
Yes, coach.
Okay na. Sige, good. Okay, next. Of course, we have the lights. Okay, so ang lights natin, so number 1, of course, yung na-introduce ni Christian Huygens. Are you familiar with this one or not? Okay, kay sa lights natin, si Christian Huygens, kaya that's why class, it was credited na meron siyang tinatawag na Huygens theory. Sinabi ni Christian Huygens class na ang light daw natin is in a form of wave. Okay, alam niyo naman 'di ba ang wave, 'di ba? So yan, ang yung sa theory of lights class, yung kay Christian Huygens, okay, kay Christian Huygens, sinabi niya that the our light, okay, that is in a form of wave, kay that is kay Christian Huygens, kay nagkaroon ng Huygens theory. Then second naman kay Isaac Newton. Kay Isaac Newton naman class, yung tinatawag natin na corpuscular theory. Tandaan nyo corpuscular theory. Ang corpuscular theory, sinabi ni Isaac Newton that the light is in a form of particles. Nakuha? While of course, meron tayong third dito kay Albert Einstein. Sinabi ni Albert Einstein, okay, Christian and Isaac, okay, walang tama sa inyo, okay. So hindi naman kayo mali, okay, but ang lights, okay, both in a form of waves and particles or yung tinatawag natin na in a form of protons. Nakuha? So yan yung sa lights natin class or yung pinag-uusapan natin yung lights. Then of course, we have si James Clerk Maxwell. Si James Clerk Maxwell, of course, meron tayong tinatawag na electromagnetic theory of a light. Nakuha? So yan yung mga important developments class or pangyayari sa lights naman. Ulitin natin. Una, okay, so we have the kay Sir Christian Huygens. Ang theory class, tandaan nyo lang kapag kay Christian Huygens, we have the Huygens theory. Sinabi niya that the light is in a form of wave. While ang kay Isaac Newton naman, meron siyang tinatawag na corpuscular theory. Sinabi niya that the light is in a form of particles. Sinabi na Albert Einstein naman, okay, walang tama sa inyo, ito yung tama. Yung light is both in a form of waves and in a form of particles. Yung tinatawag natin na protons. Then, of course, kay James Clerk Maxwell, yung na-introduce niya is the electromagnetic theory of light. Okay, that is number 4. Naintindihan ba? Nasundan? I-review ito ulit class mamaya yung ating recordings. Nakuha ba? Okay, so yan class. Ang Huygens theory, corpuscular theory, and so on. Okay, yan. Para mas ma-retain sa utak ninyo. Of course, class, sa camera, si Alexander Walcott, okay, si Alexander Walcott class, siya yung nag-invento ng first camera that produced photos that did not fade quickly. Okay, so kasi Alexander Walcott invented the first camera that produced the photos that did not fade quickly. Kung titingnan ninyo class, di ba, yung mga picture or mga photos ng mga mama ninyo before, hindi nag-fade, no? Sa atin, ilang weeks lang, ilang days, bakit nag-fade? Okay, kasi of course class, meron silang ginagawa dati. Okay, so mas mataas yung nilalagay nilang ano doon para hindi mag-fade. Then we have si Ibn, okay, si Ibn al-Haytham. Okay, si Ibn al-Haytham naman, he is an Arab physicist, also known as the si Alhazen class, is considered as the creator of the camera obscura or dark room. Again, si Ibn al-Haytham, okay, he is an Arab physicist, the creator of the camera obscura or the dark room. Okay? Then the darkened room. Then of course, we have si William Wollaston. Okay, si William Wollaston naman class, okay, ang na-introduce niya naman na sa contribution naman in camera is tinatawag natin na camera lucida. Okay, camera lucida. Okay, then of course, we have the number 4, si Steven Sasson. Okay, si Steven Sasson naman class, digital camera naman ang kanyang na-introduce in 1975 or the Digicam. Okay, so the Digicam. Then, of course, number 5, si Fujio Masuka invented the memory or yung flash memory class. Okay, so at Toshiba in 1980. So yan class yung mga contribution nila in the camera. Okay, so I hope nasundan ninyo. So yan class, the camera. So yan. Okay, next. Okay, of course, pag-uusapan natin sa lens. Sa lens naman, si Daniel Barbaro. He used the lens or he utilized the use of lens in the camera. So, ang nag-start niyan si Daniel Barbaro. Okay, so yun lang class, iisa lang yung sa lens. Then pag sinabi natin photographic development, yung kay George Eastman, okay, una dyan yung George Eastman class, he pioneered the photographic film or the paper film class in 1885. So of course, his first camera, which he called Kodak, di ba dati? Di ba, nadadala pa natin ngayon. Okay, so sabihin mo, i-Kodak mo ako. Ibig sabihin, kunan mo ako ng litrato. So that is Kodak. Okay, that was first offered for sale in 1888. Okay, so yan yung tinatawag natin na kay George Eastman. Okay, he pioneered the use of photographic film, okay, or yung paper film plus, that was his first camera, yung Kodak Company in 1888. Okay, so yun class. Okay, dito naman tayo. So what is image forming device used in capturing the images of the objects? Again, what is the image forming device used in capturing the images of the objects? So what will be your answer, class? On the comment section, please. Okay, so what is the image forming device in capturing the images or the objects? Okay, so is that mechanical device? Letter B, lens. Letter C, flash. And letter D, shutter. Okay, so what is the image forming device used in capturing the images of the objects? What is your answer? We already discussed this one. Okay, so what is your answer? Okay, of course, that is lens. Okay, nakuha ba? Nakuha ninyo? An image forming device, of course, that is a lens. So yan yung tinatawag natin na image forming device, the eyes of the camera. So that's why ang sagot natin dyan, that is the lens. Kasi ang mechanical device, that is the camera, or pag sinabi natin camera, that is capable of capturing images. So that is a mechanical device or the camera. Pag sinabi naman nating lens, it is the image forming device used in capturing the images of the objects. Ang flash naman, class, of course, ang flash, that is added. It is an accessory of the camera to produce yung tinatawag na rin na artificial light, yung flash. Kasi di ba ang filter that is capable of enhancing the overall photograph or photos. So again, the image forming device used in capturing the images of the objects, that is the lens, that is letter B. Nakuha? Okay, that is letter B class. Okay, dito naman tayo. So what type of lens is ideal in stakeout surveillance photography because it would make it appear that an object is very close to the photographer? Again, what type of lens is ideal in stakeout surveillance photography because it would make it appear that an object is very close to the photographer? Okay, letter A, normal focus lens. Letter B, telephoto. Letter C, short focus. And letter D, wide angle lens. Okay, what is your answer, class? Okay, so very good. Of course, that is correct. That is telephoto lens. Walang ibang sagot. That is you basically used class for surveillance. Okay, kasi makapture niya agad-agad. Okay, kahit nagmamadali, no? Kahit yung hindi familiar or hindi aware yung kinakapture or subject nila. Okay, so that is the telephoto lens. Okay, so letter B. Next. Okay, tapos na pala class. Okay? Natapos na actually natin ang discussion natin sa photography. So, yan. Okay, so yun yung pinaka-basic natin class. Pagdating sa photography. So, ayan. So, okay na ba? Okay, so natapos na natin ang lens. Okay, so before tayo mag-end, of course, magkakaroon tayo ng recap. Okay, again, pag sinabi nating, okay, sa comment section what is the most important element in photography? Again, what is the most important element in photography, class? 10 question lang dito. Okay, so what is the most important element in photography? Light. Okay, so it is known as a mechanical device. Okay, it is known as the mechanical device that is capable of capturing the images. Again, it is known as the mechanical device that is capable of capturing the images. What is your answer? Kapag tanong, what it is a mechanical device? Okay, very good. So kapag mechanical device class, of course, ang sagot niyo dyan, that is a camera. Okay, camera, mechanical device. Pag sinabi naman niya, it is a sensitized material. Okay, it is a sensitized material. Of course, that is very sensitive to the light, which is the element. What is the sensitized material? Okay, film. Okay, kapag pag-uusapan natin class, yung tinatawag natin ngayon na na light. Okay. So sino yung nagsabi class? Anong theory pala ng light na nagsabi? Okay, ano ay pakalagay ng theory na ang light natin is in a form of particles. Again, anong theory ng light 'yon? Pag sinabi natin na ang light is in a form of particles, what will be your answer? Okay, pag sinabi nating light is in a form of particles, anong theory yun, class? Okay, so again, ano yung theory na to na kapag sinabi niya that the light is in a form of particles, ano yung tawag natin na theory doon? Okay, Newton. Hindi pangalan ng yung tinatanong ko. Ang theory ang tinatanong ko, class. Okay, very good. Ang theory na yun, class, tinatawag natin na corpuscular theory. Okay? So again, class, corpuscular theory ang tinatawag natin kapag sinabi niya that the light is in a form of particles. Nakuha? Ang sagot natin doon is corpuscular theory. Pag sinabi naman natin, sino naman yung nag-argue or anong theory naman ang ina-argue natin, class, kapag sinabi niya that the light is in a form of wave or is in a form of wave. What is that theory? Again, ano namang theory ito kapag sinabi niya that the light is in a form of wave? Okay, what is your answer? Okay, so very good. Si Sir Lemuel na dito na. So ang sagot natin dyan, that is Huygens theory. Very good. Is in a form of wave. Okay, sino naman yung tinatawag natin, class? Okay, ano naman yung tawag natin? Or sino na lang pala? Okay, so para pupunta naman tayo sa tao. Sino naman yung nagsabi na, okay, walang tama. Okay, so hindi naman kayo mali. Pero walang tama. So ganun. Pero parang mali na rin. Na sinabi niya that the light is a combination both in a form of wave and in a form of particles. Okay, anong tawag natin doon? Sino yon? Okay, sino yon? Okay, yung nagsabi that the light is in a form of wave and in a form of particles. See? Sino yon? Of course, ang sagot natin dyan si Tito, si Albert Einstein. Okay, si Albert Einstein, class. Okay, so si Huygens, of course, ang na-introduce ni Huygens is the Huygens theory. Sinabi niya that the light is in a form of wave, while yung tinatawag natin na kay Isaac Newton is the corpuscular theory that the light is in a form of particles. And of course, kay tinatawag natin Albert Einstein, dalawa, combination, both. Ang light is in a form of wave and in a forms of particles. Di ba? First time nyo ba na, yan, class? First time nyo na encounter yung mga theory ng light? Okay? So, ayan. So, of course, importante na alam nyo na yun. Then, next tayo, class. Okay, next question. Okay, on the development of the processing natin before class, ano yung tawag natin na type of camera? Okay, na yung tinatawag natin ngayon na digicam. Okay, digicam or the instant camera. Anong tawag natin doon na camera, class? Okay, anong tawag natin ng camera doon? Kapag digicam, okay, very good. That is Polaroid. Okay, that is the Polaroid camera. Okay, very good. How about naman kapag yung it is the forerunner of the photography? kung saan nag-originate class yung photographic paper na meron tayo ngayon. Okay, ano naman yon? Anong type yon? Okay, so of course, that is the calotype. Okay? So calotype ang tinatawag natin dyan. Nakuha? Calotype. So how about naman class kapag nakalagay sa... Okay, so meron tayong nakalagay sa... Okay, yung blueprint. Okay, parang blueprint sa class. Okay, parang blueprint yung magiging ano niya, 'di ba? Yung magpapagawa kayo ng bahay, ang bibigay sa inyo blueprint. So parang ganoon. So anong type of camera 'yon, class? Ang ginagamit natin? Okay, cyanotype. Okay, very good. Okay. So magbibigay ako ng last 3 question. Okay. So ano yung ginagamit natin na camera, class? Babalik tayo kahapon na yung ano yung ginagamit natin ng camera for filmmaking or yung mga big projects. Halimbawa, yung ginagamit ng GMA and ABS-CBN for filmmaking. Okay, anong camera yun, class? Ano yun? Okay, ano yung camera na ginagamit natin, class? Ng halimbawa, ng GMA, ng ABS-CBN. Okay. Ano yon? Yung malaki, kapag halimbawa, nagsushoot sila ng mga projects, halimbawa ng film. So anong tawag natin ng camera doon? Okay, so very good. So that is the view or press type camera. Very good. Again, ang ginagamit natin, class, for filmmaking, okay, for broadcasting. So for bigger bigger area yung or scope yung mano niya, that is the view or press type camera. Naka? View or press type camera that is used for film making. Okay? So how about naman, class, yung tinatawag natin it is a type of camera that is composed of 2 lenses. Yung isa for capturing, yung isa naman for forming image. Okay, so anong naman yung type ng camera na yun, class? Okay, so what is the type of camera? Na dalawa yung lens niya, class. Yung isa for capturing image, ito yung ano naman for forming image. Ano yun, class? Okay, very good. So that is the twin lens reflex camera. Again, ang twin lens reflex camera, that is dalawa yan, dalawa yung kanyang tinatawag natin na lenses. While of course meron tayong tinatawag na single lens reflex, di ba? Isa lang yung kanyang lens. So again, ang twin lens reflex camera, dalawa. Of course, ang single lens reflex camera, iisa lang. Okay, while yung tinatawag natin na view or press type camera, yan yung tinatawag natin na, class, for broadcasting, for ano ba, yung ginagamit ng malalaking networks, class. Okay, so I hope na master na ninyo. Okay, so ang lahat, but of course yung isa last time na lang, last question. Okay, kapag tinawag natin that the camera obscura is darkened room or obscuridad, di ba? Kaya that's why walang light na pumapasok, kaya camera obscura. Ano naman yung kabaliktaran, class, ngayon ng camera obscura? Okay, so yung tinatawag natin na lit room. Okay, light room or lit room, or that is of course the camera lucida. Again, ang camera lucida, that is the right room. Okay, camera lucida, class. Okay, so that's end our forensic photography class. Na discussion natin, we will continue our discussion on Monday. Pupunta na tayo sa tinatawag natin na forensic ballistics. Okay, mag-ballistics na tayo. Then 2 subject na lang, tapos na tayo, then Q&A na lang lahat. Okay, so thank you, God bless, and stay safe, everyone.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay, so nakuha na? Nakuha?